This is the Aston Martin DBX, and this piece of junk is an insult.
The biggest scam for $250,000.
I've had this piece of shit in my driveway.
Watch supercar owners completely lose it, and after spending $900,000, you'll understand why. An Aston Martin DBX at $250,000 with an interior worse than a Jeep Grand Cherokee. A McLaren 720S with loose bolts, rusted washers, and a door touching the body with 43 miles on it. A Lamborghini owner who has replaced the bumper 10 times because the lifting system doesn't work. And a $900,000 car with a door panel rattling before the beat drop. Bell subscribe because the dealership definitely won't show you any of this.
I've had this piece of shit in my driveway for the past 4 days. I'm going to tell you exactly why I genuinely hate this car. Before we even get into the features, bro, the key is in my hand. First of all, what a shitty ass key. Great. This is every morning for fucking 5 minutes. I have to sit here, move the key in different places. Car started, but I gotta ask, do you guys lift the knob before starting your Huracan, or do you just press it through? Okay. And my first issue with the car is, why is it when I put this shit in reverse, I'm looking basically about 4 tiles back? What the fuck is this view? And the fact that you can even see this much is because this is tilted. Bro, this camera, this is pointing at my ball sack because it's such a shitty body kit. Look at this gap. Because of how shitty the body kit was installed, all of these sensors are blocked. They're all tweaking out. The car is screaming at me all the time when I put it in reverse, which really sucks in a car like this because you cannot see shit out of the window. Alright, bro, is this a joke? What the fuck am I supposed to be looking at? Don't even get me started on how small the side mirrors are. Like, to be honest, like, it's a good car, but it's just like a massive cortisol spike. Like, I don't want to smash this shit into the wall every morning.
This is the Aston Martin DBX, and this piece of junk is an insult. Yes, the lines on the car are beautiful. The paint job is revolting. What's really absurd, though, is how pathetic this interior is. These seats are so uncomfortable. I've sat on more comfortable bleacher seats at a high school volleyball game. Do not be impressed by colored stitching. All stitching costs the same amount of money. Who cares that it's yellow? This screen is not a touch screen. And bear in mind, this is on a vehicle that retails for about $200,000. There's no integration here between this screen and this. There's just no flow whatsoever. A luxury vehicle without massaging seats. My wife's Jeep Grand Cherokee has massage seats. Everything in here just feels so cheap. Everything in here is like right out of the Walmart parts bin. And this thing has depreciated about 50% in roughly 2 years.
$250,000. 5 minutes every morning just to start the car with the key. Reverse camera pointing at nothing. Sensors all blocked because the body kit was installed wrong. Car screaming at him every time he reverses. Non-touch screen on a $200,000 vehicle. No massage seat. His wife's Jeep Grand Cherokee has massage seat. And the interior, his words, straight out of the Walmart parts bin. 50% depreciation in 2 years. For $250,000, you'd expect at least a working key.
I have owned this 812 Superfast for about 6 weeks now, and I have 4 complaints because my lobster is too buttery. Okay, so here are my complaints on the 812. First complaint is the tire pressure sensors. I assume it's because I don't have the stock wheels, so the sensor kind of got messed up, but it always tells me I have low tire pressure even though I don't. Second complaint is that this passenger display screen doesn't turn on automatically when you turn on the car. So let's say like I'm picking up a girl, right, and she gets in the car. I have to like manually come over here and turn it on because when you start the car, it's just off. So I wish it would just always be on. Like, why do I have to turn it on, you know? My third complaint is that I have no Apple CarPlay. It's an option that you have to add to the car, but you would think with a $400,000 supercar, it already comes with it. My last complaint is that this cup holder, so they add these, right, to kind of hold it in. But if you have like a smaller bottle or like a Celsius or something skinnier, it kind of gets like stuck. It's working now, but it kind of gets stuck, okay? Just trust me.
$400,000 Ferrari. 4 complaints. Tire pressure sensor permanently wrong. Passenger screen needs to be manually turned on every time. No Apple CarPlay. It's an add-on on a $400,000 supercar. And the cup holder doesn't hold a Celsius can properly. To be fair, He admitted his lobster was too buttery. This is the most expensive first world problem video ever recorded. But here's the real point. $400,000 and Apple CarPlay is an optional extra. A $30,000 Honda comes with it standard. The price went up. The features didn't.
Here is why it sucks to have a Lamborghini. First, let's talk about the lifting system. Can they make the lifting system a little better, knowing that women can drive? I literally scrape my car every time I get out and back. I've replaced the bumper 10 times already because I can't leave the house without scraping. Now, this part shows that Lamborghini is really misogynist. How do they expect someone wearing 5-inch high heels to get out of the car? Once I'm in, I can't get out without hitting my head. And there's no way a girl wearing a skirt can get out without flashing everyone. I bought this car to look elegant getting out, but now I have to wear pants every time I drive. And to get in, I must hit my head. Seriously, if I drive it for an hour, my head and back hurt for 48 hours. Now let's talk about the seats. This logo itself costs at least $5,000. The top is actually the most ridiculous part. I don't even want to bring up the fact that you have to take off the top manually to be in a convertible. Guess what happens when it rains? I have to park on the street, soak in the rain in a fancy nice dress, and spend 10 minutes putting the top back on.
Bumper replaced 10 times. Not because of accidents. Because the lifting system doesn't raise the car high enough to exit a normal driveway without scraping. Head hits the roof getting in. Back hurts for 48 hours after an hour of driving. Manual convertible top. Meaning when it rains she parks on the street in a nice dress and spends 10 minutes putting the roof back on by hand. On a Lamborghini. She bought this car to look elegant getting out of it. Instead, she has to wear pants every time she drives and plan her outfits around the engineering. The logo alone cost $5,000. The engineering decisions cost significantly more.
No one's going to believe me. That happened Friday driving down south.
So it's a $900,000 car. And I get it. It's made for the track, not for the sound system, but please just listen to this and tell me you wouldn't be upset if you spent $900,000 on a car and it sounded this bad. Like, let's just go 2 cranks up. Listen to that right door panel. And that's not even before that's before the frickin' beat drop. So listen. $900,000 car. Sounds like crap. Don't recommend.
New Lamborghinis already pick up recalls in their first years. Falling doors, failing wipers, fire risk, and glitchy software. Add electronics failures and seats with no proper support. And for $500,000 you get a raw prototype. In the end, you're not buying a supercar, but an expensive temperamental status accessory. And it's the same with all luxury cars.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys the inside scoop on supercars. They all have problems. Every last one of them. My 720S, I'll give you the story on that one. So the key worked only like 60%, 70% of the time. The other rest of the time you push the button to start the car and it wouldn't start. I actually had a tow truck on the way 2 separate occasions after I went to eat dinner. I come out, the car's obviously surrounded by people, and I go to press the start button and nothing happens. I go to press the start button again, nothing happens. Both times I had the tow truck on the way and then it eventually started and I was able to cancel the tow truck. I go to McLaren, I'm like, hey McLaren, my key's not working. I changed the battery, I did everything they told me to do, and they just said, that's what McLarens do. And pretty much every supercar I've had has its quirks. I think having the engine open and exposed like that might be worth that quirk. That's just my honest opinion. Make it a great day.
Key works 60% of the time. He came out of dinner twice to find his McLaren surrounded by people. Pressed start, nothing. Tow truck called both times. Car eventually started on its own. He went to McLaren. Changed the battery. Did everything they said. McLaren's official response: that's just what McLarens do. That is the actual answer from the manufacturer of a six-figure supercar. Not a fix. Not an apology. Not a recall. Just, yeah, that happens. Have a great day.
Everybody knows that Tesla has bad build quality, right? But have you ever checked out the build quality of a McLaren? Check this out. This is a 2022 McLaren 720S with only 43 miles. And I pulled the engine cover off, and look at this. This bolt was just sitting here. So I'm gonna put that little guy back in and check the other side. Oh, look at that, it's loose. I know what you're thinking, a couple loose bolts, no big deal, right? Well, let's check over the rest of the car. The washers under these bolts are rusted. Like literally the car got PDI'd at the dealership on a transporter truck and brought right over here. Only has 43 miles. We got a little bit of panel gap here. Yeah, no big deal, but this is the worst part. Check this out. When the door is opened, only on the passenger side, it is literally touching the body, guys. Check this out. It is touching the body. The other side has got like a 1-inch gap or something like that, but the passenger side, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Now, the driver's side door doesn't have that gap, but when you close the door, watch this. It grabs the seal, it like pulls it back. Do you see that? It pulls that seal back.
There's always a ton of car guys that talk shit on McLaren. And this car right here is a perfect example of why they talk shit on McLaren. So the boys next door, Monza Exotic rental cars, they got this 720S Spider. And for some reason, it just completely died on a client. So they asked me to hook this thing up to a trickle charger to try to get some power in it. Oh, we got one of the returns right here, nice Huracan. So this thing has to go on a tow truck at 1, and the fucking doors weren't opening, the window wasn't opening, the fucking manual key wasn't working. It's got to go to the dealership to get fixed. So we hooked it up and we have some progress. The fucking driver door window went down, so that's great. Yeah, man, this is a perfect example of like why McLarens, they have a ton of electrical issues. Like a car just shouldn't die like this and have battery issues when it was running perfectly fine. So yeah, it's gonna go to the dealership, it's gonna get fixed, but this is a perfect example of why McLarens have a ton of issues, especially electrical. It's crazy.
43 miles. Straight from the transporter truck to the dealer to this buyer. Loose bolt sitting on the engine cover. Other side loose too. Washers already rusted, on a brand new car that came off a truck. Passenger door touching the body on one side. Driver door pulling the seal back every time it closes. And then a second McLaren 720S, completely dead on a client. Doors won't open. Windows won't move. Manual key not working. Tow truck called. This is a car that costs more than most people's houses. The build quality standard appears to be, if it rolls off the truck, that's enough. 43 miles. Already falling apart. Every person in this video spent more on a car than most people earn in a decade. Aston Martin, Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren. The names that are supposed to mean something. And what they got was a key that works 60% of the time. A door panel that rattles. An interior from the Walmart parts bin. And a manufacturer that says, yeah, that's just what our cars do. The badge is expensive. The engineering apparently wasn't. Subscribe if you want to keep watching. And tell me in the comments, would you spend $900,000 on a car after watching this? Because I think the comment section already knows the answer.